When somebody calls about a DNA test, the first question is almost always the same: where do I go? And my answer will surprise you twice. No, you don't have to sit in a cold clinic. And no, we are not coming to your living room either. We meet on neutral ground, a calm, private spot close to you. So go ahead, give me 5 minutes. Let me explain why we do it that way. Because once you hear that why we do it that way, you're going to be glad we do. First, why not some facility? So if you know my story, years ago, I did sit through a court-ordered DNA test here at the Juvenile Justice Center in Nashville. And it was a cold in every sense of the word, not just in temperature, but the fluorescent lights, nobody really explaining anything, nobody really treating us like people. So when I started SurePath, I promised my clients, myself, and this company that we would never feel that way. One of the hardest days a family can have should not happen under buzzing lights with a number being called out. Now, why not your house? I know it sounds convenient, but go ahead, hear me out, because this is about protecting you and protecting your test. When court is involved, a DNA test can be an emotional day. Feelings run high, and nobody can control what happens in somebody's home. Who walks in, who's in the next room, whether they stay calm for everybody's safety, yours and mine. We meet where the environment is controlled, quiet, private, no surprises, no extra people wandering through, nobody interjecting. And here's the part that most folks never think about: that calm is not just a courtesy. A collection with interruptions and extra people around is the exact thing the other side of the courtroom they love to pick at. Neutral ground protects your answer. So, what does neutral ground actually mean? So, a private, calm meeting spot we arrange together close to you. You're not driving across 3 counties. We set these up all over Middle Tennessee, Nashville, Hendersonville, Gallatin, Mount Juliet, Lebanon, all the areas in between, right? For court cases, it's often the attorney's office, and that works out beautifully. What is not, it's not a police station. Also set up at a hospital. So if you are in a situation where you're having a newborn and you just want to go ahead and get the test out of the way, we can definitely come to you at the hospital. What is not is somebody's living room. Just a quiet room, the paperwork, the swabs, and only the people who are supposed to be there. And when the adults are involved are not on speaking terms, and let me tell you, that is common. Neutral ground is a gift. Nobody has to invite anybody into their home. Nobody is standing on the other person's turf. And if being in the same room is all too much, we can do separate appointments, days, different spots. And neither person ever needs to know where the other one lives. Everybody stays safe. Everybody keeps their peace. Now, the question underneath all of this is, does a test at a neutral spot still count in court? Yes. And honestly, it counts cleaner. A judge does not care about the building. A judge cares about the paper trail. IDs check. A neutral trained collector, samples are sealed and collected right in front of you, and every hand that touches them signs for them. That is the chain of custody, which just is courtroom language for we can prove nobody messed with the samples. A quiet, controlled room is the best place in the world to do that carefully. So here's how it works. Hit the link in the description, tell us who needs testing and whether a court is involved, and we'll set up a time and a calm, neutral spot near you, usually within days, sometimes same day. You do not have to hunt down a clinic, and you do not have to open your home to anybody. We handle the where. You just show up with your ID. So go ahead, subscribe, and I'll have another plain answer for you next week.